You're 16, seated on your bedroom floor, a hand-me-down laptop propped open as you type "Print Hello World" following a YouTube guide paused on your phone. 2 decades later, you sign a document that transfers $1 billion into a private banking account bearing your name. Between those two snapshots, a company called Instagram with just 13 employees was acquired by Facebook. To launch an app on Apple's platform, the annual fee is $99. That's the sole financial outlay to begin this ascent. This chronicles each stage of an American software engineer's professional journey and what advancing actually entails. That's what Rank Breakdown is all about. If you like career breakdowns with real numbers and no fluff, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Level 1. The tutorial. You're 16. The laptop is your dad's old MacBook, a Spotify sticker peeling from its lid. The YouTube tutorial, Free Code Camp, is paused on your phone, propped against a cereal box. The instructor, Quincy Larson, who launched Free Code Camp in 2014, tells you to install Visual Studio Code. You do. He instructs you to type "Print Hello World" within the parentheses. You type it, then hit run. The terminal responds, "Hello World." A profound quiet fills the room. You copy a button snippet from Stack Overflow into an index.html file and double-click to open it in Chrome. The button works. You open Chrome DevTools, paste document.body.style.background equals red into the console, and the page turns red. You refresh it 40 times just because you can. Then the laptop displays syntax error, unexpected token, and it's 1:47 a.m. You don't know what a token is. You ask ChatGPT to explain the error as if you're 16. It complies. You fix the comma. The page loads successfully. You lose track of how many browser tabs are open. You upload the folder to GitHub via its web interface because the command line feels intimidating. You then share the username.github.io link in a Discord server. 3 people react with a thumbs-up emoji. Free Code Camp claims over 40,000 of its graduates have secured positions at companies like Apple, Google, and Spotify. You aren't one of them yet, but you bookmark the link. The laptop's fan emits a warm breeze against your bare thighs. The following night, without prompting, you start building a second project. Ready for Level 2? Level 2. The first paid gig. You're 22, sitting in an open-plan office in San Francisco that smells of Chobani and cold brew. You're wearing AirPods that aren't yours. The average starting salary for a 2025 bootcamp graduate is $70,698. You negotiated yours to $82,000 as advised by a Patrick McKenzie essay. On your first morning, your manager assigns you a Jira ticket labeled Good First Issue. Rename a React prop from User ID to Customer ID. You clone the monorepo, and npm install runs for 11 minutes. You stare at the loading bar. You make coffee, you return, and it's still going. You finally check out a branch, modify one file, push to GitHub, and open a pull request. 18 minutes later, a senior engineer, you don't recall her name, comments, "Looks good to me, but please add a test." You don't know how to add a test. You message her on Slack. She guides you through it in 7 messages. The pull request merges. CI runs green. The button you renamed deploys to staging with your name on it. 3 weeks later, one of your merges causes the checkout system to go down for 41 minutes on a Tuesday afternoon. Your stomach drops. You post in the incident channel. The on-call senior engineer rolls it back in 2 minutes and writes, "No blame learning opportunity" in the post-mortem document. No one yells. No one fires you. You stop flinching every time CI turns red. Your first paycheck clears your account at 6:15 a.m. on a Friday. You screenshot it and text it to your mom. Bootcamp tuition was around $14,000. You earn that back in 9 weeks. Elsewhere in the country, Bloomtech, formerly Lambda School, faces investigation by the CFPB for advertising 71 to 86% placement rates when the actual figure was closer to 50%. Its CEO, Austin Allred, is banned from student lending for 10 years. You reflect on how narrowly you avoided picking the wrong program. By month 9, you're deploying features without seeking permission. Ready for Level 3? Level 3. The on-call rotation. You're 27. The Bureau of Labor Statistics indicates that the median software developer earns $133,080. At your company, an L4 equivalent to Google, the average total compensation comes to $296,542, comprised of base salary, stock, and bonus. For a week at a time, you sleep with your phone face up on your nightstand. The PagerDuty foghorn is the most dreadful sound you know. Monday morning, you draft a design document in Notion for refactoring a 1,200-line service into 3 distinct modules, then circulate it in the architecture channel. On Tuesday, you mentor a junior engineer through her initial database migration. You observe her fingers hovering over the keyboard and recall being in her shoes 2 years prior. Wednesday, you push back against a product manager who insists on shipping real-time collaboration by the end of the quarter. You write, "Scope creep, let's discuss Thursday," and send it. Thursday, you deploy a minor refactor. It's Friday night. At 3:14 a.m., the PagerDuty alarm cuts through your Do Not Disturb setting. In the dark, you acknowledge it on your phone. You open your laptop. The Datadog dashboard blazes red. You connect to the VPN, open the on-call runbook in Notion, and post in the incident channel. You're investigating will update in 5. The payment service's error rate is 47%. You check the deploy log. The flawed commit went out 22 minutes ago. You hit the rollback button in the CI dashboard. You wait. The graph drops, then drops more, finally turning green. You jot down the 1-paragraph postmortem note before returning to bed. Your partner remains asleep. The only light on the ceiling is the blue glow from your phone. Charity Majors, co-founder of Honeycomb, has asserted that on-call ownership is non-negotiable. Engineers must own their code in production. You largely agree. Yet, a part of you resents it. That's what Rank Breakdown is all about. If you like career breakdowns with real numbers and no fluff, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Grigeli Oros, writing as the pragmatic engineer, labels a 2022 tax revision, IRS Section 174, a hidden time bomb. This change compels U.S. companies to amortize domestic software engineer labor over 5 years and foreign labor over 15. Alex Mirizianu, a tax foundation analyst, informs the Wall Street Journal that this could eliminate approximately 20,000 U.S. software engineering positions. The following quarter, your request for more headcount is denied without explanation. You don't take it personally. You create a JIRA ticket tagged Tech Debt, knowing it will never be addressed. The junior engineer you mentored successfully completes her migration. She sends you a thumbs up. You stop collecting your pay stubs. Ready for Level 4? Level 4, the design doc. You're 32, a senior engineer. At a company akin to Google, an L5's median total compensation is $428,046. You no longer check your direct deposit when it arrives. The job has ceased being about writing code. Out of your 40 weekly hours, 14 are spent in Google Meet. You compose a 12-page RFC in Notion for a new authentication system, share it with the staff channel, and then host a 30-minute concerns meeting where a junior engineer challenges your token rotation design. You listen. He's correct about one point. You revise it. The document reaches version 2. You receive sign-off from a staff engineer and your manager. You create an epic in Linear. You break it down into 23 distinct issues. You assign these to 4 engineers and review their pull requests as they come in. The feature is deployed behind a launch darkly flag to 1% of traffic. No errors, so you increase it to 10%. Still no errors, you ramp it up to 100%. The deployment is seamless. The launch announcement garners 12 thumbs-ups in Slack. In the background, Meta is undergoing layoffs. Mark Zuckerberg cuts 11,000 employees in November 2022 and another 10,000 in March 2023, totaling roughly 21,000 positions gone in 5 months. Roger Lee, who runs the website layoffs.fyi, tells Yahoo Finance that 2023 saw over 260,000 tech workers lose their jobs, making it the largest year since 2020. Recruiters message you on LinkedIn every Tuesday. You ignore most. One mentions a Series B startup offering $450,000 cash plus equity. You take the call. You decline the offer. Your team finishes the auth rewrite 3 days ahead of schedule. The staff engineer who signed off pings you privately. You ran that one well. You read it twice. You don't respond for an hour. Then, you send a thumbs up. A junior engineer on a sister team is promoted to senior. You write the recommendation. You stop being the most intelligent person in the room, and you stop caring. Ready for level 5? Level 5. The founder. At 36, you have a co-founder you met at the auth rewrite company. You've just signed a Y Combinator safe and DocuSign from a kitchen table in the Mission. EC's standard deal offers $125,000 for 7% post-money, plus $375,000 uncapped MFN, for a total of $500,000. YC President Gary Tan announced on X in September 2024 that batches will increase to 4 a year, each with about 100 startups. The summer 2025 acceptance rate hit 0.6%, the lowest ever recorded. You file an 83B election with the IRS within 30 days of receiving your founder stock. Your lawyer reminded you twice. You move into a 2-bedroom apartment with your co-founder. Your salary is 0. The product is a developer tool. You write TypeScript from 9 a.m. until 1 a.m. On Monday, you cold email 30 prospects using a Gmail mail merge. You onboard the first paying customer via a Stripe checkout link on a Wednesday, pinning the Stripe email to the top of your inbox. The 11-week YC batch culminates in Demo Day. You pitch 47 investors over 4 weeks. 41 ghost you. 6 say yes. The seed round closes at $4 million on a $20 million cap. You file Form D with the SEC within 15 days of the wire transfer. You hire engineer number 1 with a 0.5% option grant, a 4-year vest, and a 1-year cliff. She's a senior engineer at a public company, taking a 40% pay cut to come build with you. The equity is the bet. You sign the offer letter, she signs back, and the cap table updates in Carta at 11 at night. You don't celebrate. You move on to engineer number 2. The 5 a.m. alarm no longer rouses you. You're awake before it, your laptop already open. 18 months in, you've hit $3 million in annual recurring revenue, and a Series B term sheet rests on your kitchen table. That's what Rank Breakdown is all about. If you like career breakdowns with real numbers and no fluff, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Ready for Level 6? Level 6, the exit. You're 38, your company employs 13 people, and a strategic acquirer's corporate development team has been in your inbox for 6 weeks. You endure 19 due diligence calls with their lawyers. You review a 60-page asset purchase agreement on your phone while riding in a Lyft. Instagram sold to Facebook in 2012 for roughly $1 billion with 13 employees. Co-founders Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger personally earned about $400 million and $100 million, respectively. Your financial outcome isn't theirs, nobody's is, but the process mirrors theirs. You execute the definitive agreement in DocuSign, spanning 3 time zones, all in one afternoon. The board gives its approval. The HSR antitrust waiting period expires. You inform the team during an all-hands meeting at the SF office. Lights bright and blinds open. One engineer weeps. No one else does. The 8K filing reaches SEC Edgar at 4:02 p.m. Eastern. You refresh the page. The wire confirmation email arrives at 4:47 p.m., displaying a number with a comma in a position you've never encountered before. You reread the email repeatedly. You don't tell anyone. You don't inform your mother that night. You wait until the weekend, in person, over coffee. Elsewhere in town, another deal collapses. In December 2023, Adobe and Figma called off their $20 billion acquisition after European and UK regulators withheld approval. Adobe paid Figma a $1 billion termination fee, and Figma's CEO Dylan Fields stated the companies no longer saw a viable path to regulatory approval. You, however, found the path. The retention package keeps you on for 2 years. You signed that too. The MacBook Pro on the new elevated orientation table is the identical model your dad gave you at 16, but no one is peeling a Spotify sticker off this one. 50 identical laptops sit in 50 identical boxes, and you observe the new engineers unboxing them in a conference room you signed the lease for. The young man in the front row opens VS Code and types print hello world because the onboarding script instructs him to. The terminal responds with hello world. The room falls silent, and he doesn't yet realize that this quiet is the part that endures. Apple still charges $99 annually to publish an app to its store. You paid it at $16 to upload a calculator nobody downloaded. You pay it now to ship something bearing your company's logo. Same fee, different accounting. The climb cost you a knee that never recovered from extended sitting, and you can accept that. The GitHub contribution graph on the wall behind your desk shows a single square for the year you turned 16 and a solid green wall for the year you turned 38. Same screen, different significance. You hire engineer number 47 on a Tuesday. She's 22, a bootcamp graduate, and her first pull request consists of a one-line rename. You approve it in 18 minutes. The office keys hang on a hook by the door, and they are yours.